Senator Lindsey Graham's unequivocal condemnation of President Trump's pardons for violent offenders reverberated across the Sunday morning talk shows, igniting a firestorm of debate about the scope and implications of executive clemency. Graham, in no uncertain terms, labeled the pardons a mistake, arguing that such actions could embolden further violence and erode public trust in the justice system. His concerns were amplified by the sheer volume of pardons granted, specifically those benefiting individuals convicted of violent crimes related to the January 6, 2021 attack on the United States Capitol. This unprecedented wave of executive action, occurring within the first 5 days of Trump's second term, prompted widespread scrutiny and criticism. Vice President J.D. Vance, attempting a defense of these controversial pardons on CBS Face the Nation, offered a tenuous justification, asserting without providing any verifiable evidence that Trump's early executive orders had accomplished more than President Biden's administration achieved in its entirety during the preceding 4 years. This bold claim, seemingly designed to deflect attention from the substance of the pardons themselves, failed to address the underlying concerns about the potential for undermining the rule of law. Vance's argument hinged on the premise that there had been a massive denial of due process of liberty and constitutional rights experienced by those involved in the Capitol attack, even acknowledging that their actions on that day were not perfectly executed. This assertion directly contradicted irrefutable video evidence documenting the violence perpetrated by many of the individuals receiving pardons. The dissonance between Vance's claims and the readily available evidence highlighted the deep partisan divide surrounding Trump's actions. Just 2 weeks prior, on Fox News, Vance had explicitly stated that those convicted of violent offenses should not be included in any such pardon initiative. This stark shift in his position raised questions about the sincerity of his justification and the influence of political expediency on his pronouncements. He concluded his interview by stating his belief in the president's decision, asserting, "The president believes that, I believe that, and I think he made the right decision." This steadfast defense, in the face of overwhelming counter-evidence, further fueled the ongoing controversy. Senator Graham's concerns, however, extended beyond the immediate ramifications of these specific pardons. He voiced his apprehension about the potential for long-term damage to the presidential pardon power, suggesting that a continuation of such actions could lead to a broader reconsideration of its scope and limitations. He stressed that the pardoning of individuals convicted of violent acts against law enforcement officers was, in his view, an egregious error with potentially far-reaching negative consequences. The gravity of his concerns was underscored by his warning that if this pattern continued, the American public would likely perceive it as a gross abuse of power, necessitating a re-evaluation of the president's authority in this matter. Adding to the chorus of criticism, Tom Homan, Trump's acting ICE director, appeared on ABC News this week and articulated a viewpoint that, while subtly different, ultimately reinforced the concerns raised by Graham and others. Homan advocated for greater discretion for ICE officers in determining whether to arrest individuals deemed to pose a national security or public safety threat, even if housed within correctional facilities. His statement, while seemingly focused on operational matters, unintentionally amplified the anxieties surrounding the lack of accountability and potential for unchecked executive power. The combination of these disparate but related perspectives painted a picture of deep unease regarding the Trump administration's handling of executive pardons and its potential impact on the very foundations of American justice. The inherent ambiguity and lack of transparency surrounding these pardons served only to deepen the already considerable divisions within the country. The differing opinions highlighted not merely policy disagreements, but rather a profound philosophical chasm regarding the appropriate boundaries of executive authority and the integrity of the judicial process. The sheer scale of the pardons and the controversial nature of the recipients, coupled with the shifting justifications offered by Trump's supporters, raised fundamental questions about the future of American governance and the enduring strength of its democratic institutions. The debate promises to continue, fueled by the gravity of the implications and the unresolved questions surrounding the true motivations behind these controversial acts of executive clemency.